Hello everybody, it is me, Greenlee, back again for another YouTube video, and here we are. The first year anniversary of Nerdy News is here. We are back in the good old classic blue from the very first Nerdy News episode. So, I didn't really know what to do for my first anniversary, as I didn't think the time would fly so fast to that point. I also forgot that I made it on the 3rd of October. I keep forgetting the first episode was also in October. So, but I remembered, and I tried making up something really fast for the anniversary. So I came up with a little idea. Two, in fact. And both of them are going to be shown in this video. First off, I'm going to tell you the origins of Nerdy News, and why I essentially made it, and why it is what it is today, because of you guys, of course. Nerdy News would not be what it is today, and it wouldn't still be going on if it wasn't for all you guys loving the content, liking it, sharing it, and all that stuff. And I'm grateful for that, because if it wasn't for your love in this series, I wouldn't almost be at 300 right now. And also I wouldn't even be having this chat right now. There wouldn't be a 1 year anniversary of this. However, Nerdy News, right? I made it at first as a joke. It was a joke video at first. I was planning to only make one video, and if that video did well, maybe one or two more. But occasionally just one video, right? And it was a joke of the news. If you've ever watched the news, I don't watch the news that much because I find it very boring. That was also kind of the point. To do something that was less boring, you know, gaming topics. But from all the clips I've seen of the news on YouTube, all the people that are like telling you the news sound so bored and dead inside all the time. From the clips I've seen, maybe I've just been watching American news. Maybe over here it's maybe they're not like that, but I don't know. From the clips I've seen, anyways, they always sit down at their desk with like paper in front of them, and they'll be sitting there staring straight at the camera or like a board behind the camera, and they're like, for the day's news, blah blah blah, and they'll just sit there staring at the camera, super bored out of their mind, like they hate their job, and they really don't care. And news is always so sad, so upsetting, but they're sitting there like they don't really care. They're like, oh yeah, this happened, stabbings, and all that. They'll just sit there and like really bored out of their mind. But then they'll be like, okay, now Claire for the weather, and Claire will be standing up, green screen behind her, and she'll be like, oh, it's raining up here in this area, but go on down here, it's gonna be sunny on Tuesday. You know, she sounds really excited and happy compared to the people that were just sitting there telling you the news, which is kind of the joke. Which is why in the first Nerdy News, what I wanted was me to be sitting there just staring blank at the camera, like, Spider-Man. Yeah, I'm hyped for that. Can't wait. You know, that's why I was like that. I was so bored to do that, because I was kind of the joke of it, you know, because people in the news do that. And then I got Ben to be the weatherman, because I thought he would be the most hyped and excited weatherman, the funniest weatherman person I could think of. Because that's what it's like in the news. The weather people seem way more like excited about doing their jobs than the actual people sitting there telling you the news. So that was kind of just a joke, and it actually worked, because everyone in my school was like, Lee, you were so boring in that video, but Ben did a fantastic job. And I'm like, that was the point. I was supposed to be boring. But yes, so yeah, Nerdy News was literally just created to be a piss take of the news, because I don't like the news, and I thought, hey, I should make this, because even though it'll still be slightly boring because of me, but you'll have Ben basically making everything better at the end, because you'll see him pop up and you'll be like, oh, I wasn't expecting that, haha, funny Ben weather report. But yeah, this series would not be what it is. And I also have some family members that would literally watch the news to hear the weather parts, which is also kind of funny, because I know some of yous only watch Nerdy News for Ben's weather reports. Don't lie to me, I know. But I'm not mad by that, because once again, that's kind of another aspect of Nerdy News and why I like making them, and why I like dragging more viewers and new people into this. But yeah, our series became so much bigger than what I expected it to be. And the reason why I called it our series rather than mine, because although I had the general idea for Nerdy News, Ben really helped me make this series go up. He gave it a name. It wasn't called Nerdy News at first. I actually had no idea what to call it, but he called it Nerdy News. And then he became my weatherman. So, because of him, we really built this series up. So I see it as more of our series rather than just mine. Also because of you guys as well, liking the videos and sharing them to your friends and all that. You guys also made this series what it is, so it's also your series as well. I think this is the first series on my channel that I can actually classify as our entire series. So, don't forget that. Don't ever forget that, right? But yes, that's essentially how I created No News and what it is. And why I did all of this. Just all for a joke. It was all just a random joke that just got inserted into my brain to now become this full series. But now, we're going to go into the second part of this video. And that is the questions I give a couple of my guests. By a couple of my guests, I pretty mean all the guests I could think of that were in Nerdy News. I gave them all 2 questions to answer. The 2 questions being, 1, what do they like/think about Nerdy News? And 2, why did they accept to be in the interview? That second question is a bit different for each guest, because some of them just want in regular interviews, like Random became my commercial guy, Ben was my weatherman, so they get a slightly different second question. But the people that were only in interviews would get the same second question, the same questions. So, let's start off with Goldie Crewcon, right? Goldie Crewcon. I interviewed him back in one Nerdy News video, and both of us, I could tell, really enjoyed it. So, I'm asking him, I asked him these questions, and now, time for Goldie Crewcon to show his answers. Play the clip.
What do I like about Nerdy News? Let's see. If I had to say, I like how you actually keep us updated on the upcoming games or the games that are happening or any type of news in general that has to do with gaming. Another thing that this is the one thing that I love the most. It's the interviews, bro. I get to meet new people, or if I already knew them, I get to learn more about them. So like, and most of the times, it's pretty funny. So I love that. I love that a lot. Why did I accept being in an interview, and how was the experience? Let's see. The reason why I accepted to be in this interview is, well, you're Lee. First of all, you're Lee. We've been friends for a couple of what, months? Is it a year? I don't even know anymore. But yeah, all started with you shouting me out, and from there we just been talking, and I was like, of course I want to be in an interview on one of your shows, of course. What the heck? How was the experience? It was really refreshing, because we talked about my upcoming, we talk about the ideas that I had. Like, it was something that actually gave me a sign saying, oh, you're actually doing fine. You're actually doing really good as a content creator. So, if anything, you just helped me boost my ego, if anything. But yeah, that's my opinion on the whole Nerdy News thing. Thank you for having me as always, and I appreciate the friendship that we have. And congratulations on your anniversary. I'll see you next one.
Thank you, Goldie, for those amazing answers. True fact, by the way, for anyone who does not know, today isn't just the first anniversary of Nerdy News, it's also the first anniversary of me and Goldie becoming friends, because I literally became friends with him because of the shout out I gave him on Nerdy News. So, yeah, it's been a full year since I've pretty much met Goldie. Isn't that wild? Crazy. Which also means we're technically getting closer to the Basement Gang anniversary, which I can't even remember what exact date that was, but it was definitely around October or November time. But crazy stuff. Anyways, now time for Smooth Monkey's answers. He got the exact same questions as for Goldie, by the way.
What I like about Nerdy News is that I like how honest Green Lee sounds when he does it. Because without Green Lee, there's no Nerdy News. Number 2. The interview. It was amazing. Great experience. Would do it again. Yes, I would. And why I accepted it? Actually, I don't know. I don't know. That's all. I just kind of did it. For why not, I guess? That's really it. Well, Lee, if it's okay with you, I'll be going back to, hanging out with the monkeys in the jungle. Bye.
God, monkey, I hate you. I actually hate you. The answers were meh. But why those pictures? Why those? I hated all of them. Especially Jack from Resident Evil. I hated all of that. But now we have Ben's answers. Now, Ben obviously got the same first question as everybody else, but his second question was slightly different. I asked him, why did he accept to be the weatherman? So, let's see his answers to that question.
Well, Lee, it's the first anniversary of Nerdy News, and I've been asked to answer a few questions. And by that I mean 2. I'm not asked a lot of questions. But anyway, let me answer these questions. So, I was asked 2, but the first question's kind of like a split one, so, let's just pretend there's 3. So question 1 is, what do I like about Nerdy News? Well, I like that it, gives a wee bit of information about upcoming things, such as, gaming topics, movie topics, and, so far and so forth, with, I feel like, since 2021 seems to be the year of drama, you might as well have a whole thing for drama now. But yeah, I do like that, it's split up into sections. I feel like what you could also do is probably put a timestamp in maybe like the comments below of, this is where the gaming news starts, this is where it ends, this is where the TV and movie news starts, this is where it ends, and so far and so forth. So, people who, let's say, aren't interested in other news can skip past that, and they can also get to straight away what they want to. And also, if you miss news, you could also put that in the comments. This is what I think about Nerdy News as well. But yeah, I think it's great. I think it's it's fun to watch with all the editing sometimes that there is. Yeah, you get to hear about gaming and movie things that come out, because I'm one of those people who I don't watch like E3 or anything. So if a game comes out, I have to see the trailer first. I wouldn't sit through the whole live stream of E3, which I know but I'm not really interested in all that sort of E3 stuff, because I know there's going to be a lot of games there and I'm going to have to sit through them, because I have very particular taste in games. Unless they have a good soundtrack, in that case I would play them no matter what they are. And question 2 is, why did you accept to be the weatherman, and how was the experience? Well, let me tell you something. Yeah, being the weatherman, it's a lot of fun. I enjoy doing skits myself. So I only felt like, hey, let's take this idea and let's turn it into a big skit thing. Most of the time it's me and my sister. Me and my sister will brainstorm ideas. And, I'll say something like, okay, we're gonna, go to this park, and we'll see what there is, and we'll record like 50 skits, and we'll choose which one we think is the best. There are other times when there's like nothing we can do, so I just kind of get the camera, I say something, and say it's this and that. Yeah, whenever I, get me a driver's license, which hopefully is soon. I've been doing a few tests. I'm doing pretty well, but I'm really fucking up during the roundabouts. Can't get the hang of them just yet, so we're gonna have to see what happens with that. But whenever I do that and I'm able to drive myself, I'm hoping to go to a lot more crazier locations to make the weather skits more lively. Because obviously with just Nerdy News, you're always looking at the same exact area, so I want the weather skits to really liven it up a wee bit, be a wee bit funny. And I'm never told what to do for the weather skits, I'm just kind of told, do it. And I'm like, okay. So then I come up with like some funny things. I have a ton in mind that I want to do, but I kind of need someone else there, because obviously I already have my sister there, but we want to try to get some more people involved. And yeah, that's honestly about it. The experience is great, and that's about it for my questions. Smooth Monkey's a
Ben, you did not need to attack Smooth Monkey like that, although I can see why you did it. Anyways, great answers from Ben, as always. Our last guest for this video is Random GSC. His second question was, why did he accept to be the commercial guy, or the free games guy? So if you don't know, Random, for like 2 or 3 episodes, was my commercial break guy, and what he would do is, he would tell you the free games of that month of Nerdy News. So he stopped doing that, but although he has stopped doing it, I still enjoyed his time for when he was doing it for Nerdy News. Anyways, on to you, Random.
Hey Nerdy News, it's me, Random GSZ, and I'm here to, well, say what I like about Nerdy News since Greenlee asked me to for the first anniversary at 3rd of October, which is today, so I'm going to answer 2 questions. So, what do I like, what do I think about Nerdy News? What I like about Nerdy News, it's just made by an actual person instead of a, site, like IGN or some shit. And I like how it's news and stuff, it's just news about anything nerdy, like just Star Wars, gaming, random ass movies like fucking Clifford the Red fucking Dog. And also, why'd I accept to become the free games guy? Free games of the month thing. So, and how was the experience? So, I really had nothing to do. I was like, man, I wanted to be more invested. So, I became the free games of the month guy for like 2 times or once. And I gave up because, well, the thing is with free games, they pass by really fucking quick. They pass out really fucking fast. And, for example, in the Epic Game Shop, there's always a game for free every week. And so, maybe this next, and it's always, since it's about a month, that free game might not be free anymore. And that's just a problem. It was really fun. It was really fun to make. It was really fun to do. Alright, thanks for having me, Lee.
Thank you, Random, for answering those questions, as well as all the other guests that answered their questions for this video. Thank you all. So you all should definitely check them out. I'm pretty sure they all would appreciate it if you did. Now, before I end this episode, I just want to tell you all people I plan to interview in future episodes of Nerdy News. Okay? So the people I'm going to be interviewing, or maybe interviewing in the future of Nerdy News, are Cheeto Head, Silver Fox, Call Me DNA, Whiskey Potato, again, and Dr. Goose. Now, if you're wondering why I said Whiskey Potato again, because I actually interviewed Whiskey Potato once before, but my mic didn't pick up for that entire video. Neither did his. We were just silent in that video. I don't know what happened with the recording, but it didn't work, so I'm going to try and interview him again. But yeah, those are the people: Cheeto Head, Silver Fox, Call Me DNA, Whiskey, and Goose. Those are the lovely people that may be interviewed in the future of Nerdy News. That's if they accept. Anyways, I want to thank you all for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, share, and like this video. Don't forget to check out my Discord server. Don't forget to also check out my other social medias like Twitter and Instagram. And I'll see you all in the next YouTube video. Goodbye.